Yes. Yo, what's good, people? There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV signing in, live and large. Right at you, once again. This one goes out to my friend Joel. He says he'd been checking this one out. He'd been enjoying this record as of recent, and he thought he'd put me on. I've never heard of this act before. 156 Silence is the title of the band. Peculiar. The album is entitled People Watching. This is going to be fascinating. We've got 14 tunes on this record, so it's a healthy record. I don't know what to expect. The album artwork is vague. It's mysterious. We've got food for thought. I'm fascinated to what this might be about. And on a side note, we just listened to Unbroken Wings, as recommended by Joel, and he told me that was where the term moshcore originated from. Hey, who would have known, eh? Who would have known? Let's jump straight in. This first one's entitled Character Development, called Start. Track number 1. I don't know what the hell this is going to be like.
It's strange to have made something I hate.
Mic check. Right, it sounds like a good production already. Sounds like good production job. Very bass heavy. I like the album artwork.
When it's time to be face to face with English, you'll be tied to the vices of irony's retention, spending every investment, undressing the flashes, these lethal injections for questions, reflecting on nothing, accepting
It's got a wild sound. Quite a few guest vocals on this. I don't know who these guest vocalists are. Fascinating. Fascinating. It's a unique production. Very low frequency on the production. Someone says the end of this song gives me Big Devil Wears Prada vibes. I wouldn't correlate the two personally. First song I heard of him, I don't know, but this reminds me of Stand Up and Scream Asking Alexandria. Okay, so is this band marketing to like more of a a senior crowd, you know. I gear a more mainstream crowd, you know, as opposed to like your generalized niche heavy metalcore crowd. Fascinating, fascinating. Plenty of topic for discussion with this one. We're gonna keep on going because I've got no doubt that we've got a couple of twists and turns on this record. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not gonna say too much too soon. I'm not gonna say too much. We've got Target Acquired coming up next. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, listening to People, watching by the band 156 Silence. Fascinating start. Let's see where we go with this second track, Target Acquired. Come on. Come on. Dun 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 dun. I wonder how much money was invested in the sound engineer. Let's have a look at who's put this out. Look at the credits. Sharp Tone Records. I'm not too familiar with Sharp Tone. Not too familiar. Producer Jonathan Dolis. Composer James Howell, Jack Murray, Lucas Booker, Ryan Wilkinson, Kyle O'Connell. We've got lyricists as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 credited on the lyricist and the composition. these dudes add a substantial amount of material in what they've got. We've only heard 2 songs so far. My screen's lagging like hell. We've only heard 2 songs so far, but the amount of twists and turns and riffs and ideas we've heard has been substantial. A lot of depth into the material. 14 tunes on this record. It's a great investment they've put into this. You can tell just by the first 2 tunes. You can tell by the first 2 tunes. This has been a product they've, you know, put a little bit of time and effort into, and that's to be appreciated. That's really good. We've got Sleep Spikes coming up next. A brief one at 1 minute 19. Maybe it's an interlude. Maybe it's a fast one. Let's find out. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. Sleep Spikes is track number 3 on the album People Watching by 156 Silence. If this is an interlude of any sorts, or if there's not necessarily too much to comment on, I will blend this in with the 4th track entitled Better Written Villain. Purely as this is 1 minute 19, I don't know what to expect. This listen through goes out to my friend Joel, who recommended this on the Patreon. Sipping on a Pepsi Max tonight. Might get a cup of coffee in, to be honest with you. Let's go. An interlude that bleeds into the next song. Probably have an advertisement in between. You know how it goes.
I feel like I've hit rock bottom. Another trap door opens and I plunge further into despair.
God only gives us as much suffering as we can endure.
We piled on the ship to see if we'll break. Why?
To test our faith and to make us appreciate the good that we do have.
Forgive me for saying so, Reverend.
Right.
God is a sick fuck.
Better Written Villain. After a Birra Moretti UK. I say this like every 2 weeks, but YouTube purely advertises destructive, toxic behavior in their advertisement. It's either beer or gambling. I haven't put money on a bet like ever. And they just consistently try. It shouldn't be allowed, in my personal opinion. It should not be allowed because by default, me recording these videos, which I'm allowed to do because it is copyright friendly, you know, I am able to do so. I shouldn't be put in the spotlight of promoting this garbage to the people who watch me. I don't agree with it whatsoever. Stay sober. Don't take a leaf out of my book. Stay sober and don't ever fucking gamble, man. It's degenerate behavior. Degenerate behavior. Heavy. Ba-da-da-da. Let's go. Dun-dun. Dun-dun. Bow, bow, bow. Let's go. Look at this. Someone says, see, metalcore is good. You just got to dig a little deeper than Motionless in White. So once again, I'm seeing references to bands within the metalcore space that are a little more marketable, like your Metal Hammer metalcore, you know. Over here, I don't know if the magazine's still gone, but we used to have a magazine called Metal Hammer that I used to get every once in a while. I liked it. I thought it was good. And there were the sort of like metalcore acts there, like the sellable big mainstream label metalcore bands that sold tickets to big festivals and tours, you know. Yeah, this band in particular is aligned with very successful artists as far as what I'm reading in the comments section. So bright future, eh? Being put forward to the right people. I've never listened to Motionless in White. Come on. La da 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 da. Atmospheric sounding record. The production gives it that atmospheric tone, like the low frequency almost creates a blur out of the guitars, like very smooth sounding liquid guitars being punctuated and accentuated by the kick drum and, you know, the clarity of the drum kit we have coming through. I mean, arguably the sound engineer might be a drummer, because the drummer is dialed in as far as the sound production is concerned. We've got product placement coming up next. Let's keep going. Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV. If you hear a little bit of background noise, that's me putting the old kettle on. 5 o'clock at the moment. But I need to caffeinate oneself, alright? Let's jump straight in. Track number 5 of 14 on the album People Watching by the band 156 Silence is entitled Product Placement. Let's go. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go. One, two, three, and four, and... Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Come on now. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like the one-liners into that as well. Not a bad little number. I like the one-liners prior to the breaky D. The cheeky little breaky D. We had some great clean vocals on that one. Pop punk isn't the right genre to refer to when I'm speaking about what I feel it sort of sounded adjacent to. But but upper tempo, energetic power chord section and that clean vocal atop definitely gave it a more, friendlier sound than the harsh vocals, the distorted gruff vocals and whatnot. We've got Blood Loss coming up next with a guest vocal. Hello, Des ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, listening to People Watching, the album by 156 Silence. This is the first guest vocal on the record. There's 3 of them. I don't really know who these people are. Let's see if there's any reference in the comments or wherever. Who's Carson Pace? Let's find out. Who's Carson? The Callous Dow Boys. Who the hell? Also a tremendous surprise to see Carson with y'all. I didn't know his name, but immediately recognised the vocals from the Callous Dow Boys. I never heard of that act before. I never heard of that act. We're learning quite a couple of things. Is this song about chugging beers? I assume that's why Carson agreed to be on it. So what? Are they like a country act? Country adjacent act? Let's find out. Blood Loss, track number 6. Shout out to Joel who recommended this record. The connoisseur of metalcore. You keep your ear to the ground as far as what's been released. I find it hard to keep up with new music nowadays, like what's been put out. Which is why I'm very thankful for you bunch putting me up to some good modern and less than modern music, Quite gothic. Fascinating tune. Fascinating tune. Shockingly, I don't really know who the guest vocal was. Was it that gothic sounding dude who was sort of... He played a major part on that track, if that was the case. Yeah, bit dreary, gothic, as I said, and then a little breaky dig. Couple of chuggies, and then we're in and out, you know. We've got another guest vocal coming up, Mr. Craig Owens. Let's find out who this dude is. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. Once I Need is the fascinating title of this track. Track 7 of 14, reaching the halfway point now of the album People Watching by the 156 Silence. This features a second guest vocalist, Craig Owens. Let's find out who this Craig Owens guy is. Somebody says, dude, this mixing is a level of tightness I've never heard of ever. This entire album feels like a fist literally going through your head. Jeez Louise. No, but nobody referencing who this guest vocal is. Craig Owens. Let's have a look at the credits. I wonder. Well, let's jump in. What's I need? These. Come on. Let's go.
My ablation be displayed and disconnect. I deflect every assessment you can make. I project myself upon ones awake, mistaking all their contentious disbeliefs with something as discreet as
Sweet riff. Well, meow. In this band, it seems to be a 5-piece, judging by the credits. I assume it's just your traditional 2-band and a frontman situation, but it had me questioning, is there a synth player in the band? Because on the record, even though it's like very blended, the mid-range, there is like a synth-like presence. But I don't know if that's just post-production or if there is actually a guy on the keys in the band. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It won't be long. Let's go. Great vocal. Great vocal. There's a lot of very talented acts coming out in heavy music that consist of this duality of going heavier than most, but being as melodic and being as, you know, soft as most in this yin and yang relationship. It seems like this is the time for these bands to be, because so many of them are hitting the you know, what one would call the mainstream at this point. You know, hardly getting picked up by X Factor, but you know, they're being signed by major labels and developing like incredible cult-like followings. The duality of these bands are really fantastic. We've got Funeral Arrangements coming up next. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now people. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. Funeral Arrangements is track number 8 of 14 on the album People Watching. What a great amount of material on this record. Let's jump in. This entire listen through goes out to my friend Joel, who recommended it on Le Patreon. Let's go. Little orchestral shindig to start. Set the atmosphere. Punchy little kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Someone says there was a dark metalcore band in the mid-2000s called Burn in Silence, and this gives me those kind of vibes. Never heard of that band. Someone says there's Gojira vibes on this track. I haven't listened to Gojira in some time. Should get back into them. There's a great big Gojira fan base. They always used to be really good for engagement, that band. Come on. Where? Here we go. Bam, bam, bam. Let's go. This is best riff on the record. Yeah, jamming out on this one. Come on now. Insane. That the best riff on the record. So simple. Any band could do it, but it's the way it was portrayed. It's the way it was produced. It's just so nice and fluffy. That guitar tone, really good. We got Unreasonable Doubt coming up next. Oh yes, now bless now people. Don't forget to rest now. Yes, I've come with a blanket. Yes, is it feminine? You know what? I saw a meme that said it was, so cast your judgments, people, but I am cold, and being a stingy git, I say the stingy git, to be honest with you, I had a girl over here, maybe about the best part of half a year back, and she put a vape on my window, right, and I opened the window to let some air in, and I knocked the vape that was on the windowsill down the back of the radiator. And I don't want to switch that radiator on no more. I don't know if it'll blow up or something, to be honest with you. I'm a bit frightened. This is Unreasonable Doubt, which is track number 9 of 14. We're listening to People Watching by 156 Silence. This entire listen through goes out to my good friend Joel. Let's go. Let's get to the riffs. I've got myself a cup of coffee. I got myself some Pepsi Max today. Let's go. Let me get that cuppa, eh? Season's greetings. It's the 27th of December. I'm happy Christmas has come and gone. I can't stand the Christmas period. I'm not very festive. You can't win. Because when you say you're not into it, because it's just it's a capitalist holiday, and it's rooted in pagan tradition. Near to nothing is to do with Christianity and the rebirth of Christ and whatnot. It's stupid. Half of it comes from Saturn worship. And Santa is an anagram of Satan, which derives from the planet Saturn, if you didn't know. But then when you say you're not interested in the capitalistic nature of it, you get called Grinch or Scrooge, which is like pro-Christmas propaganda for those who don't fall in line. Terrible time. I like that twinkling guitar over the top there, that's nice. I like the song titles on this record. The song titles are a little bit of me, you know. Product placement, target acquired, character development, terms and conditions. I do like the song titles.
God pity you.
That was Unreasonable Doubt. Yeah, not a bad number at all. I mean, it all just flows very well. It all comes together very well. It's not like saying one track is better than the other because they're all very consistent and coherent with one another. You know, it speaks a fine language of heavy metal music. We've got the title track, People Watching, coming up next. Is it an interlude? Who knows? 1 minute 52 seconds long. Yes, now bless now, people. Do not forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV signing in. People Watching is the title track and track number 10 of 14 on the album People Watching by the band 156 Silence. Let's jump in. Might be an interlude at a brief 1 minute 52 seconds long, but long enough to be a track, you know. Then we got Change Agent coming up after, featuring Trey Roberts, whoever that may be. Oh, I like that. That pitch shift there, the vocal. Let's blend it into Change Agent. Who the hell is Trey Roberts?
So you think
they've got all these random dudes on this record. I've not heard that any of these lot. Anybody? No, nobody's really commenting on who this guy is. But somebody says album of the year. Between this and Death is a little more for me. Okay. Change Agent, that's the track of this one. Let's jump straight in, shall we? Devoted to my good friend Joel. We're riffing, come on. Ba-da-ba-dum, 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 ba-da-ba-dum. That'll be Trey Roberts. Who the heck is that guy? 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. Catchy, catchy. One, two, three, four. Very good, very heavy. Good breakdown. Good extra vocals there. Nice to hear a big powerhouse death metal sort of, I don't know if you call it a growl, but you know, them borderline guttural vocals there. Very cool. We got little filler leading into the track terms and conditions. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV. People watching track 12 leading into track 13 is entitled Intravenous. We're going to flow that into track 13, terms and conditions. Let's go. 57 seconds long, so self-explanatory, you know. Won't be the most to comment on. Just a little blend into the last two tracks. We got terms and conditions and we got healing process coming up next. And we'll finish off with a final review of this record. I'll tell you my final thoughts and we'll look at it as the big picture as opposed to track by track. Let's go. Another reference to a band I've never heard. Such an abnormal community, this particular market of people, because I don't know much about the music they reference whatsoever. So this is the first song I've heard from the band. Immediately, the lead vocalist reminds me of Garrett Russell from Silent Planet. And then somebody says Nothing Face. The anger on this one is reminiscent of Nothing Face. Is that a band or is that a track? Someone says album of the year. Someone says so far. Effing love it. Best metalcore band in a very long time. Nothing Face. What the hell is that? Yeah, it was a band. And then someone, quite critical, says 5 out of 10 vocals way too soft. Let's go. Bing bong. Bing bong. Bing bong. Bing bong. 156 in numerology comes into 6 add 6 equals 12 equals 1 plus 2 equals 3. That's the Trinity. That's a very stable number, very powerful number. If you double up and do 2 threes, you've got 33, which arguably is the most significant and powerful number going. 33 vertebrae, 33 is the year Jesus died, the 33rd degree, and so on and so forth. Some esoteric game for you there. I like the number 3. Body, mind, and soul. Yeah? Shiva, Brahma, and Vishnu. Yeah? The mother, the father, and the child. Yeah? Come on now. We don't mess about. 3 is the magic number. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, quite an ominous finale there with the synths. Nice outro. I like the outro there. You push me right out of you. Let's finish this record off with Healing Process. Longest track on the record to finalise. Let's go. Yes, now bless now. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV finalising this record, Healing Process. Leave of Absence is the title of the track. It's track 14 of 14. We've been listening to People Watching by the band 156 Silence, and this entire listen through has gone out to my good friend Joel, who recommended we'd check this one out. Let's join in. Let's finish this record off. People saying best song on the record. Is this the first album they've put out? How many records? I've never heard of this band before. Let's go. Come on. It's a very rhythmic band, you know. A lot of great rhythms, a lot of catchy rhythms. Da 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 dun dun da 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 dun dun da 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 dun da 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 dun dun da 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 dun. Bum 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 bap. Come on. That was Healing Process, the last track. Not a bad tune at all to finish off on. Ticked all of the right boxes. Lengthier one to bookmark it, finish it off, or bookend it, should I say. Not a bad record, not a bad record. Shall we do a final overview and sign out for the night? I'll see you on the next video where we're going to talk about this record in full. I'll give it a rating out of 10, got no problem doing that. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now, people. Do not forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. And signing out, we just listened to the record People Watching by the band 156 Silence. I read a very good book called People Watching by a, what would you call it? Like an evolutionary biologist, Desmond Morris, one of my favourite writers, spoken body language, non-verbal communication and such. And he had a great book called People Watching that I studied profusely a while back now. I don't know as to whether this derives from the same influence because, you know, people watching as a general is like quite a generic term, so it's hardly, niched down to that. But healing, flipping out, I don't know what I'm saying. The band was 156 Silence. It was metalcore as hell. It was recommended on the Patreon by my good friend Joel, the metalcore connoisseur. It was a healthy record. 14 tracks. And they weren't short numbers. We had a few interludes in there, you know, a few briefer moments just to blend it in. If we were to be honest, we could probably say it was 11 songs, but it was still a healthy amount of material as we were sort of edging around 340 as an average song length. It was new. As somebody who hasn't got a full, understanding of the spectrum of metalcore, at least in the modern day, when it comes to this particular sound, the harsh vocal and the breakdown-esque, to and fro with the clean vocals and so forth. This was something unlike anything I've heard of before. Most of it being down to the sound engineering. Very fluffy, soft middle range. The bass frequency was present at all times, Very punchy kick drum. If anything, the drum kit was of a clarity as such that created this duality with the softness and the fluffiness of the guitar section, including the bass. Very low bass frequency. It was good. I mean, there's a lot to talk about here. There was 3 guest vocals. I didn't know none of these guest vocalists. So this band and its elements, although being of metal music, was so disjointed from what I am aware of that it was a great new experience. There was heavy moments, but I would say the heavy moments weren't necessarily like mosh-infused, ignorant moments. They were heavy, but in the grand scheme of the generalized sound and atmosphere of the band, it served more so of an artistic purpose as opposed to a dance floor purpose, if you know where I'm coming from. The project was good. In the comment section, people were referencing a lot of like crowd-attracting, marketable, big metalcore bands, so no doubt this band has a bright future ahead. As of today, 3.23k subscribers on YouTube. That's not much for a band that is putting out a project of this quality. I don't know what came prior to this, maybe a demo? Maybe a free track or something? I've never heard of this band. I doubt they've got another record out. It's good. The clean vocals were good. The clean sections were good. It was really infused with atmosphere. Don't get me wrong, a lot of that will be down to the production value, but the sound engineer has done a great job in working alongside the band's sound to not have it sound just like some punchy, fresh, technologically produced, same old metalcore band. The atmosphere that has been injected within the record through the sound engineering has really done the band a good favour, and I think this was a good sound. Is it my cup of tea? Not necessarily. You know what I like, and this isn't necessarily something I would go out of my way to listen to, but I'll give it a healthy 7.5 out of 10. I'll give it a healthy... And you might think that's critical, but bruh, trust me, like, people rarely get a 7 on this channel. A healthy 7.5 out of 10 because I think as a project, it's sound. There's a lot of investment into here, whether that be financially speaking, because it sounds like they've spent a minute recording this. Definitely time and effort, and the writing process and getting this dialed in most definitely took a moment, and I got to put some respect on that. What more can I say? Great project. I like the album artwork. I like the project as a whole. There's an artistic element to this. You know, it's not just writing riffs for riff's sake, and I appreciate that because they've not gone too over on the whole arty-fighty thing where it's like, geez Louise, like, you're so abnormal that I can't enjoy you. They're still stuck within the realms of creating good, heavy music, but, you know, there's a little more to talk about, a little more to discuss when it comes to this. Hey, on that note, I'm signing out, people. See you on the flip side.